everyone, it's Maggie. Today we're in Mercer Island. So Mercer Island is actually in the center of Lake Washington, connecting Bellevue and Seattle. And there are a lot of rich people, who want to live in this island. So I'm just wondering why this small island attracts so many wealthy families all over the US. So today we invite Steve in our team. He actually attended Mercer Island High. He's very familiar with this island. And he's going to tell us all about the beauty of Mercer Island. Hey Steve, you want to say hi to everybody?
Hey everybody, my name is Steve and I am an agent under Maggie's team. So I spent a couple years when I was a kid here on Mercer Island and I have a lot to share.
So do you want to tell us a bit more about the history of Mercer Island?
Yeah, so Mercer Island was first pioneered by this pioneer. His name is Thomas Mercer. I think it was discovered back in the early 1900s. So in the early days, Mercer Island was basically a more recreational island for a lot of people to build vacation homes. People commute with boats. So ever since the bridges, the I-90 bridge were built, Mercer Island officially became a city. This became a very affluent community for everybody to live in. Famous people like Paul Allen, for example, Howard Schultz, the founder of Starbucks. They all have their real estate here on Mercer Island.
Yeah, that's what I heard too. So why do you think it attracts so many wealthy families and those, famous people want to buy properties here?
I can only think of three major components. One has to be the commute. It has all the geographical reason for everybody to live here because it's right between Bellevue and Seattle. Within about 15 minutes commute, you can get to downtown Bellevue or downtown Seattle. Within 30-minute commute, you can get to Amazon buildings and all that stuff. So it's super, super convenient for most people.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and I really like the park here. I take my kids here, and do they have a lot of parks like this in Mercer Island?
Yeah, so Mercer Island has three major parks, and I think it has a lot of natural scenes here. It's really, really green, and because of that, privacies were a lot more strengthened here, and so that's why a lot of wealthy people like to live here because they wanted to get that privacy.
Yeah, and there are a lot of properties along the coast, so that they have privacy and then also the great view.
Absolutely. So living here, basically you have a combination of living secretly, okay, but also get to enjoy all the city life within 15 minutes commute.
But still, on this island is they don't have a lot of shops and things like that, so it's not very commercialized.
That's probably the only downside, I think. One of the downsides. Okay, I will come up with more downsides later. But yeah. So the first downside, I think, has to be the commercial zoning. There's not a whole lot of commercial zoning here, so it's more residential, focus here.
Yeah, right. That's why it's very quiet and private. Also, and there's a pros of that too.
Yeah.
And then I also heard that the schools here are really good. So you went to Mercer Island High here?
Yes. So I spent about 2 years on Mercer Island. I went to Mercer Island High School for 2 years, freshman year and sophomore year. So what happened was Mercer Island High School back in 2022 and 2023, it was ranked as #1 Washington public schools. But not because the school district is the best. It's just because within the school district zone, there's not a lot of schools to compare to. So, but it all has really high ratings. So
yeah, that's understandable. So if I want to move to Great Seattle area and then consider Mercer Island as one of my options, what are the suggestions that you will give me?
That's a really good question because the only way to get out of this island is through I-90.
Yeah.
And which is located on the north end of Mercer Island.
Yeah.
So I would highly suggest people to live around, not too far away from I-90. So north end will probably be more favorable for a lot of people.
Yep.
But if you live down south, the commute can be a little bit of challenging because you either got to go through Island Crest Way,
yep,
or you got to go from west or east Mercer Way to get up to the north.
Right. And then those ways are very steep and then,
very windy. Yeah. Very windy roads and it's very challenging. It's about 35 to 40 mile zone and I don't think you can go any higher just because the curvature of the roads, this could be
really dangerous. Yeah.
But that's the only thing I can think of. Yeah.
That's great. So let's talk about homes in Mercer Island. So let's say I have a budget of $1.5 million. what kind of home can I get?
1.5 million on Mercer Island. You can probably get something, I would say like a 1960s-ish, more
Pretty old home.
older homes.
Yeah.
Borderline fixer-upper.
Yeah, I saw there was one a couple of months ago. It was around 1.2, 1.3-ish.
Yeah.
But you have to like remodel everything. It's just not moving ready.
In rare occasions, you'll probably be able to see 1.2 or 1.3 houses on the market. But
Yeah.
those houses will need a significant amount of work.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. So if I have like 2 or 3 million budget, can I get like a newer home in Mercer Island?
Absolutely. So there are some options for $2 million to $3 million range. You can either purchase something, like a newer built. We're talking about like, a year built after 2000 or even after year 2010.
Or even new, like
So-
some new construction.
Yeah, so these constructions were more desirable for younger, young professionals,
Yeah. Yeah, working in Seattle, things like that.
Seattle,
Yeah. Like the home that we are going to see today is quite different from the newer build, right?
Oh, very different.
Yeah.
So the home that we're going to see today is one of the homes that I appreciate the most personally. The homes that were built before 1970s, okay, and fixer-upper, because these homes have a lot of potential. Homes that were built, they still kept the Pacific Northwest style, but also when you walk in, it has all the modern elements.
Yeah, we're going to take a look at this. And then, so one last question. If I have, if I want to find a home like along the coast, have a dock for myself, what kind of budget are we talking about here?
Oh boy, we're talking about probably ranging, well, honestly, you still get the opportunity to purchase somewhere down south.
So cheaper there?
Slightly cheaper, I would say about 5 to 6 million range.
Okay.
But if you want to get something around, let's just say east, west, and north, we're talking about probably 8 digits or so.
Yeah. And they have like bigger land like Bellevue, or what's the difference? between-
So the difference between Bellevue and Mercer Island is that typically you can see the lot shape and all the altitude and everything. It's a lot slopier here, whereas like Bellevue, you get a bigger land and more usable land because it's all flat. But on Mercer Island, you rarely see, or almost never, you can never really see a community-based single-family home.
Yeah, not in Mercer Island. I think maybe they have some flatter, shaped lot in the middle of the island, but that's it, right? Like where we are standing here is like a big slope and everything. That's very normal here.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
And I think typically the lot size that you'll probably find, a generous one will be about 7,000 to 8,000 square feet for a lot size.
With slope.
With
With a lot of, trees and things like that, right?
Yeah.
So not a big yard. All right, so let's check out this home.
Yeah, let's do it. And this is exactly the style that I was talking about. This house was built back in 1967. And back in 2009, Chapborn and Doss, they did a little renovation, and then they made this house into a more modern style.
Yeah, it's very unique.
Yeah, so let's go check it out.
Let's go. So this home is 2,900 square feet and is completely remodeled. It has like a main floor and then the basement. So we are at the main floor right now. And I actually showed this home before with some clients. Yes.
My first time here.
Yeah. They really, really love this kitchen island. Although I think it's really big. I don't know how to use it, but it's great. This is Caesar stone. And then
Caesar stone, Sub-Zero fridge, built in, all customized.
Yeah, a lot of appliances are built in, high-end brand. Yeah, really, really quality design, I have to say.
I love it.
Yeah, you do?
I love it.
Well, it's hardwood throughout, and then all the ceiling and all the walls, they're all wood. So I think it's kind of, the signature of some mid-century homes.
Mid-century, Pacific Northwest
Yeah.
style.
Yeah, exactly.
One of the things I like about the most is the windows. Right? From ceiling to
All the way.
all the way.
I know.
But these are sliding door. Some things I'm slightly a little disappointed is that it would be way nicer if these doors are accordion doors where you can kind of fold the accordion folding doors. That would be a lot more fancy, I would say.
Well, I think you can change it, right? you can definitely change it too.
They're definitely priced.
Yeah, I know.
Expensive.
So that is a cement patio right there. And then you can definitely enjoy all the greenery and the privacy right there on the deck. And then this way, so that leads to the primary bedroom.
That's right.
Actually, there's only one bedroom on the main floor. Right.
Dining table right here and study desk.
I know. I don't know. I cannot use that.
The study desk right here for bad children.
Maybe for bad children. Yeah, I would say that. All right. Okay. So this is the primary. I like the size of it, and then the natural light. The natural light is pretty good. And then the uniqueness of this home, I have to say, is the design of all the closets. So there's not literally like a walk-in closet per se, right? So it's closet cabinets all the way throughout. And then this is the primary bathroom, no doors. And then closets all the way to that corner.
Yeah. We got the tub here and the rain shower.
Yep. Yeah. And then a skylight.
Humongous skylight.
Wow. Yeah. I actually like, how clean and modern, it looks. But I mean, privacy is not very good. So, I think
one thing that really impressed me the most is that there's no signs of 1960s elements. It was all covered. So once you walk in, I mean, from the outside, it still remains as in the 1960s.
Right.
But once you walk in, it just feels like a very modern and very fancy.
Yeah, and it's a kind of a Japanese style too. Right?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, I really like it. Okay, so let's check out the basement.
Let's do it.
Level. Yeah. So basement level, basically the same size with the main level, I would say, right?
It's about 1,400.
Right, and then that section has 2 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, and then here is basically the office / family room.
Yeah.
Kind of design. I would love to have Zoom meetings here, right?
Yeah.
What do you think?
That will make you look very successful.
Yeah, it's like a boss. Yeah, I know. Right. But it's really hard to use if it's a big family and you do need some privacy for your office, for sure. Yeah. Right. And one thing I really like about the home is it has a little garden here. So this is under the patio, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
And this patio area is all sealed, it's all covered.
Yep. All finished. Right.
Finished.
Lighting and everything. So normally it's really hard to use this area, but they're very clever.
Yeah.
Actually utilize this space.
Yeah.
Right. And this is a stone garden.
Yeah.
Kind of.
Yeah. You can add some, if I were to do that, I would probably add a few landscape lights and to accent, the stones and everything,
Yeah.
So
I think my kids will really love to climb the rocks.
you can put a slide right here.
Yeah, right. That's the kind of some plus of this design. And then here is a sitting area or barbecue area. And then through this door, so here is the backyard, basically. The only outside backyard, I want to say, of this home. I like the landscaping and it's flat, but there's no fence, there's no privacy. That is the road already. I mean, some noise. I don't know. I cannot really use this yard that much. What do you think?
Well, I mean, for me, I think it's enough because I like low maintenance, backyard or patio area.
Okay.
I'm not really a garden guy.
Okay.
So for people like me, I think we'll appreciate these hardscapes, just pavers and gravels and stone garden. These are just you don't have to maintain it all year round.
So compare with homes in Bellevue, do you think this kind of what attracts you the most?
Ooh, I mean,
of this home?
I think in Bellevue, I don't think you rarely see houses like this in Bellevue. Some areas like Lakemont area, or you maybe see some of those houses, but these houses typically will happen in Mercer Island or on the west side Seattle area.
Yeah, it's hard to find. Let me ask you this. I know you spend a lot of time. I know you spent a lot of time in Mercer Island before.
Sure.
And is this one of your most favorite place in Seattle?
I mean, I would think so. Yeah, because when I first moved to America, I think Mercer Island was my very first stop, you know.
Oh, wow. Okay.
My parents, they moved here because the school district, they wanted us to have a better education. So they chose Mercer Island, and we spent a good amount of years here. So I feel like this has a lot of memories and somewhere where I always pass by and reminisce.
That's great. I like Mercer Island, how convenient it is, and it's not very commercialized. So, you know, you just enjoy the quietness and privacy. And that's the part that I really enjoy. Thank you so much, Steve, for your time today. Let us know all about the beauty of Mercer Island. And then I really appreciate Moira Holly, who would, you know, give us a chance to see and videotape this gorgeous home. If you have any questions about Mercer Island or this home, give us a call. We're here to help. It's Maggie. We'll see you next time.
See ya.